Hey guys, and welcome to a quick vlog update on this YouTube channel, The More Show. Again, thank you for all the new subscribers, thanks for all the current subscribers, thanks for all the comments and feedback. I really do appreciate everything that you guys say and your continued viewership of the channel. On this channel, I'm planning to keep doing The More Show. That's for indefinite. I'll always be doing The More Show. But I think on this channel as well, I used to do some, what do you call it, like top facts videos, and I think I'm going to get back into doing those. I think I really would enjoy doing those per week. So I'm gonna be starting that with a whole new look and feel for it, for the top fact videos. Going to continue doing the More Show alternative late night talk interviews. All the comments and feedbacks, I really do appreciate what you guys say, and it means a lot as well that we can create a community online as well. That's what it's all about, really, is having that community. I know I don't have the time to always post back to everyone, but I do try to, I do my best to keep it updated. It's not like I'm inundated with comments, it's just that there's a lot going on the side right now that sort of took me away from the show a little bit as well. I tell you what that is, I'm actually launching a psychic service, a psychic reading service, where people will be able to phone in and speak to a psychic of their choice. And I've had to put a lot of effort into building the back end for this, and also the front end. And when I launch this, you might see some people that have come on in the past to do shows that are on there as some of the readers. It's going to be like an international service. It's just taken a lot of time just to build it, really. So some of the comments that came back as well recently on the channel was that there's too much advertising. Well, the thing is, right, with my new psychic service, I'm hoping that the money that will kick in from this, that I won't have to put as many adverts on the shows. So I think what I'm going to do is that on every show there'll be like 2 adverts at the beginning, then I'm going to keep the 4 adverts that are in them now, but eventually they will decrease as this new psychic service takes off, actually. So that's going to be interesting, and it's a lot of work right now just to get that up and running, but it's something I'm working on, and maybe that's why I've not been so available just to speak to people as well. What else is going on? Well, I think I know what I came here to do as one of my main purposes in life. Now, that's a big, bold statement to make, to be able to find your life purpose, I think, sometimes, because it can take people an eternity to figure that out. It can take some people, but it happen pretty early in their life. For me, I'm 2 days away from turning 38, and I now know what I'm meant to be doing. And yeah, I could say it's took me to 38 to figure that out, but I kind of no regrets. Do you know what I mean? There's no regrets of having to get this far to figure it out. It's just, that's the process it was for me. So what happened for me is I have been looking at this for some time. I've been asking and saying to myself all the time, what am I happy what I'm doing? What is my purpose? What is this what's the greater picture for me? And actually, it came to me in a dream. I think it was a couple of weeks ago now, maybe about a week and a half ago, maybe. And it was the most. It was so real. It was so odd. It was like, okay, there was a TV audience, and I was part of the TV audience, but I wasn't part of it. I was kind of hovering over it, and I was watching what was going on stage, and it was myself on stage. I just knew it was. And in the dream, there was this kind of voice that was over me and said, right, this is what life purpose is going to feel like. And I got to feel what I felt like on stage. And I've said this in some interviews, it was better than any drug. It was the most amazing feeling ever to be in tune with that which you should be doing, that which you love, and that which is your passion, purpose, your calling. And then in this dream it was like, well, this is what you're going to do. This is an option for you. If you so choose to do this, this is what you can achieve. And I came out of that dream and I thought, there's no way on God's earth I can do that. I gave that idea up because I had done this type of show in front of an audience once, which was filmed for TV. And here's a clip. I'll just show you this clip. Peter Saunders was first abused at the age of 7 by a close family member. The abuse was conducted by a person Peter looked up to and respected.
I was the youngest of 5. The 4 siblings had come along years before I was born, and I came along and was quite openly referred to as a mistake. And my mum was clearly worn out and not interested. And I think likewise my dad wasn't terribly interested. I mean, I knew that they loved me, but they weren't terribly interested in me. So this other relative kind of stepped into their role and could spot that vulnerability.
Withdrawal symptoms, but would you say, Peter, that schools are doing enough, though, to sort of, recognise these signs? I mean, do schools do enough to sort of stamp out sexual abuse or any abuse with children?
I don't think society, from the government downwards, does enough to address this very, very serious issue. And I think the whole of society needs to understand things about it.
He actually said to me, if anything happened to me, I'd want you to be happy and to move on. This wasn't my decision. None of this was my fault. None of this was my decision. It's down to me now to move on and to live, because I realised then that life was so precious. No children.
Did you feel ready at that time, though, to move on? No.
No, not at all. And I did chastise her quite a lot for suggesting the mere thought of us meeting. But actually, about 6 months later, there was a party with my cousin's birthday party, which was fancy dress, and I actually saw him in the flesh there. I recognised him from the photograph.
Right. Okay. And that's Andy over there. So Andy, we've spoken as well, and so it's not like what happened was, that show was so intense to do. It was so emotionally challenging in the sense that we were just trying our best to make this show work, and there was no money to make it work. It was a nightmare. It really was an absolute nightmare. I think at the time when I did that show, I'd lost my bearings a bit, because I was putting all my time into that type of show, like a real life inspirational stories, which I did enjoy doing, but I was putting no time into my alternative late night talk show, my spiritual side. And also there was all sorts of problems with my relationship at the time. It was taking a toll on that, and it was just heavy going. So I said to him, and so much stuff happened at that time, I just turned my back on it all. I said, never again will I ever do this. Well, never say never, because it comes back to bite you on the arse. It really does. Because when I left that dream and woke up, I wanted to go straight back into that dream. And I was like, it was just the most amazing feeling ever. And that's when I realised at that point that actually what I came here to do in life, I realised actually to get to that point, I'm on it now. I'm on the journey now. Whatever I do now, which may not be associated with that real life inspiration type show, then I'm on that journey to get there. Whatever I do will be part of that journey. It will call it all in. That's what came to me when I came out of that dream, because when I came out of that dream, I said to myself immediately when I woke up, I was like, but everything I'm doing now is not working towards that. But what came to me was, it will be. And I thought, well, actually, so I would have like the More Show real life inspiration with these if it was called that, right? With these inspirational type of shows, like dealing with, as you've just seen that show, in abuse, or real life stories that matter, courage stories, whatever it may be, stories that shape people, that you can share with a wider audience. And put the spirituality in there as well. I think that's really important. It was just that I felt after that dream that I had to buy myself into that situation, as though, what can I say it, like I needed money behind me to make that happen. And that's when I realised that, oh well, whatever I'm going to do now will be the money to do that, if that makes sense. I'm open-minded that I might not need that other options will open, but I know for one thing, I know two things. One, that's my bigger purpose to come here is to do that, because it's going to help so many people in a time when the world is in such a harsh state right now. You can't change the world, you can only change yourself. And by me doing something like this, which I would love to do, and the feelings tell me that from the dream, do you know what I mean, as well, it's a massive ripple effect on a much bigger scale, do you know what I mean, when you do something like that. But that's not to say that your life purpose has to be on that kind of bigger stage modality. I mean, you know, being a mum is just as important, and a father, and even a cleaner who's scrubbing that floor, which I've been a cleaner before, as long as you're happy doing what you're doing, and there's some joy coming from that, then that's got to be a ripple effect to other people, surely. So basically, everything that I'm working on now, in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, I've got to get to the US. I know that, I've got to get to the US. And I will. It's just, you know, it's going to be a process. Now, that's not to say I'm going to forget my life back here. I'm not going to do that. I'd always come back. I'd always be back. And, you know, I'd want my family to. I'd want to invite. I wouldn't want to just cut my family off and not travel back. No way. Or if I'd met someone here and there was some future abroad, then, you know, I'm not against looking at options with people, do you know what I mean? Or if things did happen, I'm not saying they are, but I'm just saying, you know, I'm not just going to forget my life here, but I do know that there's a much bigger calling for myself. That's what I'm saying, just for me. Whether that means I'll ever have kids by doing this type of work, or a family, oh God, man. I've thought about it, you know, obviously 38 and everything else, I've thought about it, but you know what? What will be, will be. And maybe in this life, it's not supposed to be. Maybe it's not. So, you know, I'm never saying never, I'm just saying that I'm okay with it. I think I've come to a little bit of peace with it, to be honest with you. So there's a quick vlog update. I'm actually going to be, if I'm going to be travelling a bit more now, which I might do, I don't know yet, I might do, then I will be doing the More Show in different locations, which actually could be quite cool actually to do that. So I'm, you know, considering all my options right now and everything else. I do want to start a daily vlog, so I might be starting a daily vlog. I don't know. I did say to myself that for my birthday I would start a daily vlog. I just don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know. It all depends. So this isn't really a vlog. This is more of like a little bit of an update for the More Show and stuff like that. So, and what's happening with this channel that I've got. So yeah, everything's good. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day, guys. I hope whatever you're doing when you're watching this, you're having a great day as well. And I'll catch you all soon.